Welcome to the show, everybody. It is the BitBoy Morning Show. Crypto has not fared very well over the weekend, and we're going to be taking a hard look at that when we get to the news portion. See people saying something about the end of the cycle. I'm still not convinced. I'm just not convinced. Bitcoin has the ability now to move back and forth very quickly. So we'll have to see what the news says, but I believe that we could go down to 80,000. We could go to 75,000. We were just at 75,000, last year. And we can go there and we can pop back up. So, all right, let's check out the news. Start with CoinGecko here. Market cap at $296.4 trillion. We're under $3 trillion now. 24-hour volume is 173 billion. ETH dominance 56.9%. ETH down at 11.2%. I have a new computer, by the way. I didn't buy one. I pulled out one I had that was newer than the one I was using. So hopefully we don't have any problems today. Look at the market cap. Here's a visualization of the market cap and the volume. I don't know why it's giving me the wide screen effect here. We're going to sit down today. Sure, this is funny. Standing at the desk here. Okay. Trading coins, Rails. Let's see what that one is. It's okay as we look at it this way. We've got to look at this one. So look at this one today too. So trading coins, Rails. It's only been out today. It came out. Or maybe yesterday. Let's go check out the website. Another blockchain. How in the world? We have so many. I think we have enough. It's a blockchain for banks. Built to bring $100 trillion worth of liquidity and 6 billion bank customers on chain. Rails is a scalable private and public blockchain with financial institutions and individuals with native compliance, governance controls, and quantum safe privacy preservation. You're going to work with BIS. Wow. This is the top of the tops there. Compliantly contract or transact between private and public blockchains with privacy at scale and with low risk. We've got some news going on. The RLS token. Okay, so that's what Rails is. Let's check out folks. Sounds like maybe it's a meme coin, but maybe it's not. It's been out since last month. You see its performance there. Oh, it's another finance. Another finance. It's called folks, but why is this not an F in any way? I don't know what it is. Is it a S with a hole in the middle? Sorry. Folks, airdrop is the website. Algorand app. Is this built on Algorand? don't think you can build on Algorand like that. I could be wrong. Yes, I am wrong. You can. So right there. All right. Powered by Pith and Chainlink and Circle. Good going to be powering your apps. Certic down here. Coinbase Ventures and Jump Crypto. Website's pretty cool. Learn DeFi with Folks Academy. All right, so that's the website. That's what it does. That's what it is. Okay, moving on here. Bitcoin coming in at 84,572. Ethereum at 27.35. XRP right at $2. Look, all things being said, I feel like XRP has fared pretty well compared to some of these other coins. BNB coin 810, 124.16 for Solana. Solana's slipping down, but it's way ahead of Tron. So these top 7 are pretty set. Dogecoin 13.29. Figure HELOC, I think it's a stable coin, is never quite worth $1. 37.4 cents for ADA. All right, let's move on. Let's check out what's going on with Bitcoin. Thought about putting a long in, but I ended up not actually doing it. All right. We can see where our weekly lows were. We dipped under the weekly lows. Went all the way down to, oh, this is a 17-minute chart. Go 4 hour. Looks like maybe it still has more to go. Look at the daily chart. Look at that red candle. We tore through every level. Could be getting ready to head back up to 86, potentially. Just depends on if there's more falling knives. Fear and Crypto Greed Index, or Fear and Greed Index. Right now, we're still at extreme fear, 24. We were as down as low as 10 some point last week. But this is big news. 87.6% chance now we're getting a rate cut. So they like to play with us. They like to tell us, oh, it's not going to happen, not going to happen. If you're reading the tea leaves, and then, of course, here we are. It looks like we're going to make it happen. So that's great news. If you like the price going up. I see this comment. I think it's not that I'm I don't believe there will be anything to price movements around the halving and 4-year cycle. Oh man, sorry. There we go. But what I'm saying is, and we'll do this in a second, Bitcoin had such a big candle. These candles are so huge. Now that the institutions are in, they can really make it move one way or the other. So I think it will still go back up. Not like today or this week or anything, but I think that faster than the 4-year cycle, I think we'll see another. And look, I mean, we hit all-time highs before the halving, the cycle. I think that right there is also more proof of what I'm trying to say. It was different in the beginning of the cycle, and it's going to be different at the end of the cycle. That's what I think. Sorry about not having my screen shared there. Thank you for the heads up. Okay. Bitcoin sinks below $88,000. Crypto market cap drops below $3 trillion. What's the next support level? The crypto market took a dive on December 1st in a fresh sell-off, with Bitcoin down 4.3% to below 88,000 early in Asia trade, and Ether slumped 6% to below 2,900. According to data on CoinMarketCap, the market drop over the last 24 hours has extended a 30-day decline of 19.85%, amplified by leverage liquidations and macro jitters. Market capitalization is at $2.9 trillion, with trading volume over the past 24 hours at $116.18 billion. Among other factors, there are fears that the Bank of Japan may hike interest rates even as Japanese bond yields hit 15-year highs, triggering Asian market sell-offs. Overall, the crypto market leverage is unwinded, with 16 million Bitcoin long liquidations in the last 24 hours, with market cap analysis added. This comes after some $19 billion in levered bets were also wiped out in early October, just days after Bitcoin set an all-time high of $126,000. They love to always go back to that one day where things kind of crashed, were lower than there. And the rest is some price analysis we've already looked at. Oh, we did not really. I guess we can go back. We top gainers, 1.8% Zcash in the last hour. Meme Core, BNB, everything else pretty much down. A lot of stuff down about 1.5%. Yeah. That's just the hour. 24 hours. There's rain. We looked at rain last week. It's up 10.9. Yeah, 10.9%. That's the only thing in the last 24 hours that's really up. Caspa, all the way up to number 74 at 24.4% week. Quant with 22.4% week. Sky and rain right next to each other. Look at that. How meteorologic. Oh, we're gonna have to grab that. Monero up a little bit. Where's Zcash? Zcash up for last week or no? No. Probably down for the week. Where were we? Read this one already. Bitcoin slides more than 5% as crypto sell-off resumes. Price of Bitcoin fell more than 5% in early trading hours on Monday as the world's most valuable crypto led a signal in digital sell-off in digital tokens, reversing the recovery it mounted last month after its worst month since the 2021 crash. Early on Monday, Bitcoin's price dropped below 86,000 before recovering to $86,756, 5.05% down in the last 24 hours. Ethereum fell as well. Monday sell-off pushed the global crypto market cap below 3 trillion once again, down from a peak of nearly 4.3 trillion in October. Monday's slump is a reversal of last week's crypto market recovery, and Bloomberg reported that traders expect Bitcoin's drop could drop as low as $80,000 before the slide is arrested. I'd like to see it go 79,000. That's a really strong support level. CoinDesk reported Monday's sell-off was accelerated with the crypto investment platform Yearn Finance report a hack. The company announced that the hacker successfully drained $9 million in yield ETH tokens. In a follow-up statement, the company said it has set up a war room with its audit partner and a full post-mortem investigation is underway. Big number, 18,700. That's how much Bitcoin's price slumped in the month of November, making it the worst performing month for the token since May 2021. Cryptocurrency's price has fallen more than 21% in the past 30 days. U.S. stock futures were also down early on Monday. So the whole market is in a tizzy. Bitcoin and Ethereum fall sharply as crypto sell-off resumes. Let's see here. In Asia, a statement by the People's Bank of China on Saturday warning of illegal activities related to digital currencies heaped pressure on Hong Kong listed shares of digital assets related companies, which were treated during Monday's session. Fresh slide in digital asset chimes with a broader risk-off sentiment at the start of a new month. Ben Emmons, founder and CIO of FedWatch Advisors, says that people remain nervous following the Bitcoin sell-off, adding the Monday's reversal has broadly been attributed to a $400 million exchange liquidation. Speaking with CNBC's Squawk Box Europe on Monday, he highlighted the sizable leverage across Bitcoin exchanges, which is up 200x in some instances. With an estimate $787 billion outstanding leverage in perpetual crypto futures against some $135 billion outstanding in ETFs, you can do the math. You can do the math. We all can do the math. There's still a lot of leverage in Bitcoin out there. We can expect to see some more of these liquidations if Bitcoin prices don't get off the lows from here. Monday's dip came on the back of a sharp sell-off in October, which also moved the stock market. And said, with Bitcoin now showing greater correlation with certain indexes, including the NASDAQ. It's predominantly retail driven. That's the worrying part of it, because retail reacts very differently than institutional investors. He said, knowing the decentralized nature of crypto exchanges and opaque nature of the asset class. This is something to reckon with going forward in the space as more and more leverage is used in the space. Oh, misspoke. Macroeconomic concerns, including uncertainty over a possible U.S. rate cut, continue to weigh on investors' minds, while nagging doubts over overheated valuations and artificial intelligence related names contribute to the November's bumpy markets as crypto volatility heightened. Bitcoin's massive drop sparks suspected manipulation among traders. What actually happened? Bitcoin tumbled 5% in a matter of hours on Sunday, igniting a wave of speculation among traders who say the scale and speed of the drop defy any clear macro trigger. Sharp reversal, which pushed Bitcoin below 86,000, raised more than $200 billion in market value, flushed out nearly 700 million in leveraged positions within a day. Crypto analyst and commentator Ash Crypto was among the loudest voices questioning the sell-off's origin, saying on X that the speed of the downturn lacked any plausible catalyst. Bitcoin up $5,000 in 3 hours, and the craziest part, there wasn't a single negative news story today. There's no logical explanation for this. This feels like pure manipulation done to wipe out leverage gain. You can see the tweet here. Remarks echoed a growing chorus of traders pointing to increasingly frequent high-velocity sell-offs that appear disconnected from broader financial conditions. Right, we saw them on the upside too. However, many traders push back on the claim, citing several reasons why Bitcoin is likely to topple. Why is every dump called manipulation, but similar pumps aren't? That's what one user wrote. Crypto has grown, but it's still a very volatile market. Another said there actually was a macro trigger. It just wasn't crypto native. Talking about Japan. While traders dispute whether manipulation is to blame, analysts point to developments in Japan as a possible catalyst for the risk fall or the recent fall. Bank of Japan has signaled that a December rate hike is on the table as the yen continues to weaken, with USD JPY approaching the 155-160 range. Levels that have historically pressured central bank to act. In short, the combination of weakening yen, rising inflation, and sudden more hawkish BOJ has rattled markets. Victor Olanriwaju wrote on CCN. If left unchanged, Bitcoin's price may experience an extended decline. So that's all we got for you today. All the stories are pretty much the same in a sense. All having to do with this large drop. We've seen it drop. I think we may see a little rise here, possibly, potentially. But look at that candle. That's a daily candle. A $6,000 candle. So right now it looks pretty risky. I just be careful out there if you're trading, for sure. If you find a good trade, take it. That's what to do. But certainly this would tell you either there's going to be a falling knife and it's just going to fall right through everything, or either it's going to have a reversal and pop back up. It held last week's low, 84.7, 846. Bounced above that. So this would be your next target right here. $86,163. So all right, guys. I appreciate everybody for being here. And I will see you guys later. BitBoy out.